Just come back and sit with us. Yeah.
So,
As I'm talking, I'll walk around.
Yeah.
you went out looked at the beef today, and then a week or two. And then there's been. Perfect, thanks.
So that was gonna be very short.
Oh, it's gonna be very short.
Bonjour.
Won't be that short, but it'll be short.
That's the name of the time it is.
Yeah, and if I can go to the bathroom.
Can you do that?
I'm there doing presentation. Can I go down? No, not the audience.
If you're burning
Which
bright,
value statement?
burning,
Value
if you drive the full
Vision.
and there's a good reason for that. That is that
Yeah, no, the value.
usually, okay, when you have the phone, you clear sky.
You put it on the
And
box.
when you clear sky, the radiation, outer space radiation is such that it's cooler. And the greater tends to be froggy. But the point is that
Right.
it dries out the air. So the moisture falls down. Then the next day, you get dry air.
Live broadcast.
Dry.
That's really great.
So,
Hi everyone, welcome to our October TecSocial. I realized today that this is the 140th episode. I feel like I'm trying to have cake or something of TecSocial. So yeah, unfortunately Bob can't be here this evening with us, so we celebrate. But we do have Todd Chant from Easy Golf Tour. He was one of our Spark winners, I guess, over a year ago now. Yeah, we're almost exactly a year. So he's gonna kind of tell us what he's done since then and where he is at with his company. So welcome.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Holly. Actually, like to thank Holly and Bob for inviting me here today. It's you guys do a lot of great hard work, and I know it's a lot of effort for one of these events on. So for people that don't know me, my name is Todd Chant. I'm CEO of Easy Golf Tour. So Easy Golf Tour is basically a company that I've envisioned for many, many years. This is not, it might have been a new start company as of 2 years ago, but I've been thinking about this company since 2005. And it's funny because I went back today just to check, and I actually registered the domain Easy Golf Tour back in 2005. I knew at some point in my life I'd be doing this company. So what we're about is we're a software company that's designed to take golf tournaments to the next level. We provide a software solution for golf courses that allow them to run tournaments more efficiently, easier, and share information, basically like winners, results, draws, and that stuff, to Facebook and other social media devices without having to go and post it all stuff through manually. With our software though, back in 2016, we sat down with golf professionals, golf courses, and we really listened to what they wanted in the system. It wasn't me coming to them with a software solution saying, here, use my software, this is how it works. I wanted to hear from them what they wanted, how they wanted to work. So we spent probably 2 to 3 months just sitting down with pros, GMs, saying, what do you want to see in your system? How do you want it to work? What don't you want to see in your system? And over the course of 6 months, we developed a prototype that we launched in 2017 at Lingan Golf Course. Donnie Rowe, the pro or GM at Lingan Golf Course, decided to test our system with the largest invitational tournament in Eastern Canada, the Road Builders, which was a very big tournament for us to run for our first tournament. But needless to say, it ran successfully. All the golfers really loved the system. They saw the benefit of the system. The course immediately saw the benefit of our system. And over the course of the next 2 or 3 months, we ran 50 events at Lingan Golf Course. This gave us the ability to really tweak the features, add new features that were needed, that were still missing. And by the end of the season of 2017, we had a really good, strong prototype system. So strong that we had the attention of certain associations such as Golf Nova Scotia and Golf Canada. So Golf Canada is the governing association of 1,400 golf courses across Canada. And Golf Nova Scotia, each province has their own association that answers to Golf Canada. With this relationship building, I started to see that there was more that we could do with our software. But I'll get into that a little bit later in the talk. So over the course of 2017, as Holly had mentioned, we won the Spark competition. We won $50,000, which that was an amazing amount of money to put towards the development of our product. So we could finalize the design of the system and launch a fully featured product by 2018. In 2018, the software was completely developed. It was a fully functional system. We were at a prototype, and we launched on 4 to 5 courses across Cape Breton Island. And over the past summer, we've run over 300 tournaments just across Canada. I think it's 14 golf courses we have now using your software. But during this year, it was the associations that I really started looking at and saying, there's a path to market here that we're not utilizing. Instead of knocking on the door of each course or the course manager companies that run 2 or 3 courses, we could deal with the associations directly, which will allow us to penetrate the market much quicker. So for example, Golf Nova Scotia showed a great interest in their software. And now, in the last 2 weeks, we're actually an official partner with Golf Nova Scotia. So next year, you'll see our software on 150 golf courses in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, and possibly another 100 and some courses in PEI, Newfoundland, and Saskatchewan. We're currently negotiating with those provinces. The software itself is right there. We work with the associations, we work with the golf courses to make sure that we're always updating and giving features that everyone wants to use. And we keep listening to what the problems are in the market today. Our tournament software was kind of phase 1 in our product. So over the last 16 months, we worked closely with the associations to fully understand not only the pains in tournaments, but just the pains in golf in general. And what we noticed is that there's more than just tournament issues. Golf itself has many, many issues. So the associations, they have a huge problem where the courses that are members of the associations, they don't see value-added service from becoming a member of an association. The associations basically take their money, but the course gets nothing for it. So with that, we immediately saw there was a pain point at the association level. Also at the course level have tons of software programs that they use, and these software programs are usually given for free, but golf courses have to give up tee times in order to use these software programs for free. So what happens is a company will take tee off time from a golf course. They'll have a time, or the tee time will be worth $100, $150. This company will turn around and sell their tee time for 80% off the retail price. So what's happening is the value of golf is starting to decline at golf courses because golfers are paying $15 or $20 for a round of golf online instead of paying the $150 round fee at the golf course itself. So you see 2 distinctive pains, one from the golf course, one from the association, and there's a solution to fix both. So what we're doing now is we're working with the association to create golf management software that will allow the association to provide golf courses the software for free. By doing this, what ends up happening is the courses are now seeing a value-added service from the golf courses, but they're not paying for the software. The association pays us for the software. They give to the golf course for free. The course uses the software, but they don't have to give up tee times. So we solved 2 major issues now in the golf industry. Working with the Atlantic associations, we're hoping that over the next 2 or 3 years, we can push this model right across Canada. And the majority in Canada, courses in Canada, will end up using our software for managing their golf course and selling tee times online, of which we'll end up getting a 2.99% cut of all tee times that are done online. There's tons of different things that we're adding to our software. There's tons of different ways we're going with our software, but I mean, I can go on for a long time, but I'd rather open the floor to questions and see if anyone has any questions.
Could you outline a little bit what your software does for the golfer or the golf club or whatever?
The tournament software? So the tournament software, it's a full end-to-end solution. So what we do is we give the ability for our software to install directly on the golf course's website. So it's a white label solution, meaning the course, it looks like the course owns the software. It's not our solution. It doesn't look like our solution. So golfers are able to come to the course, they're able to register for the tournament, they're able to be put into the tournament. The golf course can then do the divisions. So basically a division is the skill level of the golfer. So typically a tournament would have 4 to 5 divisions. So our software will take the number of golfers, evenly distribute them across all divisions, assign the tee off times that the golfers are going to be actually golfing, send out the notification via text message or email with a link to our mobile app in it. Once the golfer has the tee time, clicks on our app, they're there the day of the tournament. They're able to enter the scores using their phone. The course just sits back and they don't have to do any work after creating the tournament. Once the tournament is over, they push a simple button, everything is done, all results are done, all prizes are issued, and they just walk in with a piece of paper and announce the winners. So we basically taken a tournament of 150 golfers, takes about 20 to 25 man hours to run, and we've taken it in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That's an annual subscription base, right?
Yeah, so what we do is we have two ways of making money. We charge the association a flat fee of $700 a year per golf course. But then on top of that, any golfer that registers through our system uses our payment gateway. So what we do is we collect 2.99% of any tournament fees that are registered through our system. So in a typical tournament, it's usually between $8,000 to $9,000 in fees that are done during the registration process. So we'll take about $300 off of that, which might sound expensive, but if you think about it, golf courses that use Visa or use MasterCard or anything like that to pay for the registration, they're still paying 2%. But we're doing is we're adding the ability for the golf course not only to have the payment process, but the streamline of the flow for the golfer to be in a tournament, the golfer to be aware of what's going on, the golfer to be entering the scores, and the winner to be done in just minutes compared to 19 or 20 hours of man hours. So in the end, we're saving the course quite a bit of money for running tournaments.
Any other questions?
Can you replace caddies yet?
That's actually phase 3 of our company. So the whole idea of this, so I have a much larger vision. So the larger vision is the tournament software is one thing, the golf management system is another thing. But what this does is it puts our mobile app in the hands of golfers. And our vision with this company is that the more people we get using our mobile app and organically growing our network. So if say just over the last 6 months, 5 months, we have 4,000 unique golfers using our mobile app. Next year with say 200 courses online, we'll be close to 75,000 unique golfers using the mobile app. The year after that, we're gonna have 400,000 or 500,000 using our mobile app. After that, you're into the millions. Our end game is having the ability for the golfer to use our mobile app to enter the score at every hole, but in a unique way. So you walk up to the tee, and instead of hitting like at 5 strokes, you hit your driver. You hit your ball. Your ball lands, you hit 3 iron. Your ball lands, you hit 9 iron, you do 2 putts. So you just did driver, 3 iron, 9 iron, 2 putts in your phone. From that, we know the distance that you hit your ball. We know whether you hit the fairway or not. We know the temperature. We know the wind direction. We know if it was rainy. We know if it was cloudy. So the AI can actually analyze all that data. So when you walk up to the ball the next game or 2 games down the road, the phone will tell you, use your 3 iron instead of your 4, and it'll give you the reasons why. So that's Golf Caddy Pro.
Or renamed.
It's all, like I said, it's a 3-phase rollout. First, we're focusing on the problem that we know exists in the golfing industry. And we're working to be recognized as a credible software provider in the golfing industry. And by doing that, the associations are helping our product spread. But our end game is the mobile app. That's where, I mean, we'll make good money off the other software, there's no doubt about that, but our mobile app in the hands of subscribers, where we can convert, say, 10% of 2 million or 3 million golfers over to using our monthly subscription fee. I mean, that's where the money's going to be.
Is the mobile app part of the tournament, or could you, when there's no tournament on, the golfer could still use it?
Yeah, so that's the original part of our mobile app is going to be just tournaments.
Yeah.
But when we roll out our tee sheet management system for the golf courses, that introduces the everyday play.
Yeah.
So right now in our system, we actually have every golf course in North America already set up, even though we don't have every golf course in North America. But our scoring has the ability to do every course in North America right now. But the problem is getting the golfers on board. To build that market through marketing, you're going to spend hundreds of millions of dollars, and you're not guaranteed to get those golfers on board. So what we're trying to do is working with the associations and working with the partnerships that we did, we're building our golfer network organically because the golf courses are forcing the golfers to use our mobile stuff. So in everyday play, when we have a tee sheet system there, like if you're golfing, say next Wednesday at the Lakes Golf Course, you're going to receive a text to say, you're golfing, your tee time's 8 o'clock. Here's a link to download your mobile scoring app. So every golfer that is at that course is always going to receive a text message to say, here's the link to your mobile app if you want to keep track of your score. And golfers love statistics, so they love tracking their scores.
Does that cost, or will that cost?
No, so we're going to flip out the free version first.
Yeah.
And the free version will allow golfers to track their score, do this, do that, but the features are going to be limited. The pro version of our app will have the really enhanced versions of all the features that we want to release, and then that will be a monthly subscription that the golfer will pay, say $4.99 a month.
Yeah.
What's the feedback from the individual golfer now?
Golfers love the idea because the thing is that, I'll give you an example. So a group of golfers go out and you have 3 really good golfers and 1 golfer that's kind of just learning the game. What ends up happening is the 3 good golfers help that person by saying, oh, you should be using this club, you should be doing that, you should be doing. And what ends up happening is that the golfer gets a lot of feedback and it plays better with those 3 golfers, because golfers that are good at the game can help people that are not as good as them understand their shot, understand their swing, and all these things much better. But when that golfer goes out by themselves or with a group of people they're not familiar with, they walk up and they see the 150-yard marker and they look at their bag and they have no clue what club to use. They guess. So by doing an app that will give them the confidence of saying, hey, you've played 10 rounds already or 15 rounds already, and your 7-iron is the club you should be using to hit 150 yards, that would give them the confidence to say, okay, that's the club I should be using to take shot. Now, are we going to be as great as good as a regular person? Possibly. We could even be better, because the thing is we're using raw data. We're using everything about that day, the weather, the temperature, the humidity, the wind direction to determine what that club should be. So far the feedback from golfers has been positive.
Just knowing you're a scorer in the tournament, as opposed to the olden days when you didn't know until you went to the club. Now you know.
Well, that's the great thing about it. And the way our system works, so we're designing in a way so that, say, for example, in the last day of the tournament, you have the last 3 groups out. The last 3 groups don't want to be sitting there looking at their phone, entering their scores in. So we have it so that the course can go into a tablet or another phone app and enter the scores of those golfers. So they can hear or see what their score is compared to the group in front of them or the group behind them, but not have to worry about using their phone all the time. So they can be well informed, like, oh, the guy in front of me just got a birdie on that hole. So if I got to really take a risk here and maybe use a club that I normally wouldn't use because they just scored a birdie and I have to catch up. So it's the real-time feedback. What we've been told, it gives like a real PGA style experience for everyday tournaments, which is something that hasn't happened around here, if you guys remember Forever Sports, for a long, long time.
One more. Is there a universal database yet for stats across the world that you can rank yourself against? Are you working towards something like that?
That's what we're hoping to do. So that's a great
It
thing.
doesn't exist right now?
There's no universal database for golfers. So what happens is, at the end of a day, a golfer can enter their score into Golf Canada's handicap system.
Okay.
There is a global handicap system that is coming out that encompasses all courses across the world. But the thing is that you can go on and see how a person does, but you're not gonna be able to say, compare me to another person or another age range. Our app has the ability where if we wanted to, you can compare yourself to everyone. So the thing is the more data we get, the better information we can give you back. And it's a powerful, not only from a golfer's point of view, but you think of this from a TaylorMade or a Nike's point of view. Our system will have the ability where not only can you say driver, but you could customize your bag. So you can say, I'm using TaylorMade woods. I'm using Nike Slingshot irons. And then go out 6 months down the road and buy a new driver or a new set of irons and change your bag. And we can tell you, are you actually hitting this club more accurate than you're hitting your old club? Are you actually hitting it further? Are you hitting, so we can compare how you're actually doing a different set of clubs than you were using before. So it's all in, the world's about data. It's all about the more data you have, the more power you have. And we're hoping that we can add a little fun to golf with it too.
Awesome. Thanks, Todd.
No problem.
I will shameless plug some events that we have coming up. Some of you that work in our building might know that we do a morning mixer every Monday in this room right here. We have some awesome breakfast treats from A Better Bite, so similar to our whatever board. I provide the coffee, you bring your mug, because I'm not going to do dishes. So that's every Monday from 10 to 10:30 right in here. Next week, we're attending the SEPI Youth Conference. Matt and I are going to be heading the technology stream. Anyone's interested in maybe being a speaker for one of our sessions, we're still looking potentially for a couple people, so you can let me know. Wireless Wednesday is happening on October 17th. This is an initiative put on by Meals on Wheels. Also happening in this space, and they are looking for volunteers. So if anyone wants to spend a couple hours, you do get dinner at the end of it, a delicious dinner, helping seniors learn how to use their technology. They'll be bringing their iPads and their iPhones and all those things in, and you can teach them how to take photos, set up Facebook accounts, pretty straightforward things. A lot of them just want to be able to stay in touch with their kids and their grandkids and stuff. And they actually did it as a one-off event, and it was so successful, they're making it a monthly thing. So Wireless Wednesday, October 17th. And if you are interested in volunteering, you can let me know, and I'll connect you with Sarah at Meals on Wheels, and she'll get you set up. Techtober is happening on October 29th, and that's at Breton Brewing. For any of you that were at our pig roast this summer, this is going to be a similar social event. And if you dig out your lime green t-shirts, then you might be eligible to win some prizes. So maybe go dig in your closets for them and break them up for that. Creating a fundraising playbook is going to be hosted by Darren Gallup on October 30th, and he's going to be talking about raising money and sort of what you should do to get ready to do that and how to do it quickly and everything. So I think that's going to be a pretty cool seminar. So that's October 30th. And then jumping into November already, we're hosting, or co-hosting I should say, with New Dawn and the Clean Foundation, our first Fix It Fair in Cape Breton. This event's happened in Halifax for a couple of years now. But the Clean Foundation approached us to see if we were interested with our new Nova Scotia Power Maker space to host one here. So if you're someone that likes to tinker or fix things and you're interested in maybe being a fixer that day, you can let me know. If not, bring your broken lamps and computer screens and whatever you might have at home that you might like an expert opinion on November 3rd. We're also going to have some workshops taking place to learn some new things. And then our next TecSocial will be on November 1st. And the topic is to be decided, so I'll get back to you guys on that one. But yeah, you can join our mailing list if you're interested in knowing more about any of these events. And drop your business card in for a prize. We have 3 awesome gift cards that we're giving away tonight. Make sure to have some pizza. Thanks, everyone.
I do.